WBOSS Bossman Radio.
Historic Bruton, Alabama. It's drive time with your hosts, DJ and KJ.
Good morning and welcome to Drive Time, brought to you by Jim Peach Motors and Peach Chevrolet. Beautiful Wednesday morning, hump day, best day of your life. Good morning, Kenneth.
Good morning, DJ. Yeah, best day of your life. I think we've heard that. What'd you say? It was one of Coach Sasher's favorite.
Every Wednesday.
Favorite sayings?
Every Wednesday. Good crowd in first thing this morning. Mr. Maxwell in, Spike. Good morning, Spike. Rebecca Whitfield as well. Good morning, Rebecca. Amanda Henry in. Also, I'm monitoring the comments on the Drive Time Facebook page. Of course, Ken will be on his personal page. We enjoy the well wishes, the good mornings, and we enjoy extending them back to you as well. Love the interaction.
Yep, there's Miller Ball in, Danny Moy, Hot Rod, Rodney Williamson, Book, Christina in this morning.
Say, Book.
Good morning to you. Susan Jennings, good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Looks like they've been having a big time.
Yeah.
World traveling.
And running the route.
I mean, they've, tell you what, I wouldn't mind taking a little trip down. Where was that, Aruba?
I think so, yeah.
Tell you one thing, looked like they were having a lot better time than than we are around here. But anyway, good to see you this morning. Good to see everyone in this morning.
What about the centerpiece? What you think about this? The old schoolers will get it and pick up on it.
I actually really like that. That's
good morning, Wheezy.
Like I said, there's the Wheeze. Dan Thomas in this morning. I was actually trying to think of Marcus Hall. Good morning, Marcus. Trying to think of what movie that is. There is a movie. Is it Ferris Bueller's Day Off that principal has that on his desk?
I'm not sure.
I don't know what movie it is.
Circle Game, live and well.
Yep. There's Sarju Patel. Good morning, Sarju. And Miss Janie in this morning. Good morning, Miss Janie.
Elisa Hart, John Commander in also. Good morning to each of you.
But there's a movie that is in, and I just, for whatever reason, I cannot think of it to save my life. But that's an old school. Where's that from? When did that start?
I remember it back in middle school. That was back in the early 80s for me. May have been around before then.
Yeah. There's Josh
Kevin Ladinier provided that for us today. We appreciate that from our friendly service manager here at the Chevrolet store, Kevin Ladinier.
Good morning, Josh Godwin and JoJo Luttrell in this morning. I can't remember where that thing come from either, but I'm telling you, there's a movie that I've seen that in, and I know it's an '80s movie. I just can't remember which one it is. Hey, what about? Good morning, Rachel Capper in this morning. Ivy. What about Boo Weekly yesterday?
Man, how much fun was that? I had a couple of people at the baseball game last night asking me if that was really Boo. Well, yeah, hard to copycat Boo.
How do you?
You don't.
mean, you don't. I got home and had a few text messages last night. There's Nellie Rock. Good morning, Nellie. Holly Hart Shirley. We're all kind of wrong getting. Well,
it looked like Bama took a beating last night in basketball.
I think they did.
That's for the Rock.
Yeah, I think they did. Holly said, but we got all of them with that right there.
Oh yeah, is Holly in this morning?
Yes, she's
Holly, I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm not sure. I think I saw where the Holly House was possibly going to be open this summer. I know with the homecoming coming up this fall in October, there've been a lot of people in my class wondering about housing accommodations for the weekend. I didn't know if the Holly House, if that's an option or not. If it is, I'd like to get some information from you and share it on our page as well with other classes also. That'll be a nice venue to stay at when that's all done. They've done a lot of work down there.
They have. They really have. Good morning, Butch. She says it's going to be ready to put y'all up for fall.
Okay, well, great. I'm going to post it on the page then, and we can get some contact information from Holly a little bit later, and they can go and see about making some reservations. That'd be great.
Now, look here. We got a phone call coming in. I have not paired my phone. Hold on a second, Rachel. Hold on. I'll call you right back. Let me pair this phone. I forgot to do that.
Our Lower Alabama Vipers, our baseball teams playing in a local travel ball teams playing in a tournament this weekend down in Loxley. So if you're going to be down on the coast, want to get a little baseball fix, some of the homeboys will be down there in Loxley mixing it up. Check them out.
I forgot it. There's just things that you do when you do this. I forgot to pair it up. Let me get her. Let me ring her back.
I'm gonna real quick also send out congratulations to T.R. Miller Lady Tigers basketball. Came up a little short in the semifinals yesterday. Great season for the Lady Tigers. Proud of you girls.
Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Rachel.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, we finally got this deal hooked up where we can speak live to you. So you're live with me and DJ. Of course, I know that probably doesn't make your morning better, but at least we do have this capability now.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
What's going on down your way?
We're getting ready, geared up for spring break. There's a lot going on down here in Orange Beach, Gulf Shores right now. I think first spring break starts in about 2 weeks. Auburn and Alabama are all out at the same time, so it's going to be quite crazy down here.
Oh, wow. Speaking of that, I saw have you seen that where Miller and Neal's homecoming is supposed to be the same week this year? This coming up?
No, I didn't.
Have you seen that?
Are you talking? Oh, no, I have not. I hadn't seen that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Miller's is October 12th. Is that the same weekend that Neal's schedule?
That's what I think I saw that on somewhere online. But hey, I may be wrong. But well, tell us what's going on in the world of real estate down there. I see these videos from these beautiful places. I know you got to be selling a bunch. What's going on?
Well, things are pretty good. They're picking up down here. Of course, this time of year, everything always picks up as far as condos go. But not just here at the beach. I've got under contract on a 40-unit apartment complex in Farmington. So it's not just at the beach. I can help anybody with anything all the way down here. So all the way up to you guys.
Now, I did notice saw the video with you and the Zang down there. Tell us exactly a little bit. Of course, I watched the video, but tell us exactly. Zangus is a mortgage broker. Is that correct?
He is. He's in the mortgage business. And what I was trying to do with that video is a lot of people don't realize that renting can be so much more costly than owning, and that you can actually get into a house. First-time home buyers are just super scared of the unknown, which is completely understandable. But Philip and a broker and your agent, that's what we're here to do, is to help you guys learn how to do it and make sure that you're not scared and get through the process easily and quickly and no hiccups.
Well, has he been down that way doing that very long? I thought he was over in Louisiana? Wasn't he over in that area at one time?
I had no idea. We got I actually had somebody call me from Spanish Fort one day. It wasn't Whitney's Bank, but somewhere up there, and they were asking me some questions about a refinance or something, and we got to talking about where we were from, or I don't know how the conversation got started that way, and it turned out that I said Bruton, and Zangus was standing right behind him in his office. I guess it was the other office that he worked in. So we just got hooked back up that way. I mean, Zangus and I never really, he's a couple years older than me, so I didn't really know him that well growing up, but there's a lot of Brutonites around here, Brutonians down here in Orange Beach. I mean, Orange Beach and Bowling County all together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, all on the eastern shore.
Yeah, there's a lot of them down there.
Lane Lucas is working with Jason Will Real Estate with me, too.
I didn't know that.
So he just showed up a couple months ago. I was in the office, and I was like, wait, I know you. And he was like, yeah, I know you, too. So
a lot of people down that way doing big things.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How was the seafood festival this past weekend?
It was crazy packed. We had beautiful weather. I mean, I'll take it for February, but it's kind of crazy that it's been almost 80 degrees down here in February.
I know we've talked back and forth a little bit with you commenting on the post on the page, but tell us a little bit about getting ready for a big, blue water fishing tournament and the preparation that goes into that, and how, and obviously it's not just, okay, let's go jump on a boat Friday night or Friday morning and take off. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just that. Of course, all we see, if you're watching it online or TV or whatever, we just see the fruits of it.
Weekend.
Sure, we don't actually see the all the before and the after, and there's a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. I always oh well, that's what your husband does for a living. He gets to fish competitively. That must be the dream job. But there's so much more that goes into it, and I think it's more it's stressful. I mean, because when you see all those boats get ready for weeks before a tournament, preparing, and it's all about getting all your information, knowing where to go, how to go, and Captain's only as good as the men he's got in the cockpit. So it's hats off to all of the deckhands out there too, and first mates and second mates and even third mates sometimes. But we're gearing up. They just got the boat back from South Florida. Got it repainted, and he's taking it out of the water today to wax the bottom and finish that all up, and then they'll start preparing for cobia season. Will come first because they're a migratory fish. So they'll fish for cobia the month of April. And there's most of those tournaments are over in Destin. So one's actually at Beauchamp hosts one, Miller Phillips he'll host one, and Pat's boat actually stays there for the whole month. Several boats from Orange Beach stay at Beauchamp's for the whole month of April.
We ought to, DJ, we ought to get up with Miller and see about going down and doing that. Setting up for the weigh-in.
I'm not sure which weekend his is. I think his is a 4-day tournament. It's a Thursday through Sunday tournament, is what it normally is.
That'd be a big time.
That'd be a good time. As long as he's got room on the dock.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got room.
Yep.
You've been to Beauchamp's?
Oh, yeah.
He's got room.
I mean, the old
Marina.
The old Flamingo Marina Cafe. Yeah. So, I promise you, there's plenty of room, and I'm sure that'd be a big time. So that sounds good.
I'm excited about this year. I think it's going to be. There's a lot more boats fishing. What we call the World Cup. There's everybody's kind of branching out now. Other than just our local Triple Crown tournaments, which is about 5 of them right now on the Gulf Coast. And people shooting to go to Texas and all over the place, really.
Well, I know you grew up fishing. I know in hunting, of course, with your dad. Dick. I know he's always fished and hunted, that kind of thing. And if I'm not bad mistaken, he actually charter fished a lot for several years. He may still be doing it for all I know, but I know he did that for several years, didn't he?
He did. My husband and I owned a charter boat out of Zeke's for about 8 years, and sold that business, and he got in the private boat business, and Daddy did the same thing. The guy that owned the boat that Daddy ran ended up selling the charter boat and buying a private boat. So he actually just got a new one, brought it back down from South Carolina that they're working on. He doesn't fish many tournaments. They just use it for fun. So they just go out and take the kids and go anchor at the islands and all that kind of stuff. They'll go and stay in Mexico for a couple months here and there, but
well, that's a tough life.
Doing the same thing. They're right.
That's a tough life. What does a fellow know, DJ, that you and I know very well, kind of tall, long-legged, and can be a certain way from time to time, but he's got some pretty good sayings. Life's hard somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Always. That's a constant.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick. We went to Orange Beach Marina. We went down and we were picking up a boat, and it was he and I and Uncle Snap, Johnny Grady, and we were up on the top of that bridge, the fly bridge, up in the very top of that thing, going out into the Gulf, headed to Destin. And I'll never forget, he looked over and at me and Johnny, and he said, boy, life's hard somewhere, ain't it? Johnny Grady said, it sure is. He said, but it ain't right here.
It's down here is a lot of the laid back style. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love being down here, and as big as people think Orange Beach is, just like with the actual people that live here, it's pretty tiny. I mean, our school's the same size as Bruton City schools are, and we love our little community, and we're, you know, I hear you guys talk about how close-knit and everything that y'all are in Bruton, and I mean, I remember being that way too, but Orange Beach is truly, you know, the actual people that live here, we're right around 5,000 people, so it's really not that permanent residence. It's not that big, and well, I'm proud to be here too.
You know, we got I think several of us from Bruton know the mayor down there. Of course, Tony Kennan.
Yeah.
And I know you and I have spoke about him, and you know, so there a lot of Bruton ties down that way. You know,
well, and Cindy's down here, Cindy Lovelace.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Does she do something at the? Does she do something at the wharf? Does she do something at the wharf?
She works with the amphitheater. Yeah, she works with the amphitheater.
Okay.
She does a lot with the wharf, all different kinds of things. But I think one of the biggest things she does is the amphitheater.
I got you. So cobia season is going to kick off, and then it's going to be wide open from there, or like, tell me, like Patrick, does he fish every day, or is it one of those things where it's a, you know, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday type thing, or
cobia season? Well, they have a month-long tournament for cobia season, so he pretty much fishes almost every single day for cobia. That'll be now, and I think they may. Y'all don't want to hear all that. They may move early this year because of the weather being so hot, but they'll fish the month of April, and the first Blue Marlin tournament is the Orange Beach Billfish Classic. We call it OBBC down here at the wharf, and that's going to be, I believe it's the second or third week in May. That's the one I want you guys to come down to.
Sure.
It kicks it all off. I know that Melissa Hart would enjoy y'all coming down and hanging out with her too down here at the Wharf Market, and that'll start it, and then it's pretty much almost every weekend from there on out until the Blue Marlin Grand Championship, which is the second week in July.
Well,
so,
as they said in, was it Hawaii 5-0? Book it, Dano.
Book it, Dano.
Yeah,
book it, Dano.
Put us down, and we'll get down that way, and that'd be a big time, and look forward to that for sure.
Yeah, I'm ready to start doing some more. You know, we had a great winter, and it's nice to be quiet and slow in the wintertime, but I'm ready for fishing. It's fun times, and it's exciting. And
let me ask you a real serious question.
There's a lot of anticipation.
Let me ask you a real serious question. Did you get your washing machine situation figured out?
I have not yet. I'm still working on it. You know what? The damn thing worked last night. I mean, I know I haven't. I'm not good. My husband said, he's like, you can come home and find it thrown out in the yard. And I'm like, well, that'll be one way to fix it. So, no, I hadn't. The guy that's going to help me work he's been busy. So it's washing at the moment, so I don't know.
Well, give us a Rachel Ivy deal of the day, and we'll try to point people in that right direction.
Gotcha. I'll try to find something up y'all's way. I love doing down here at the beach, but it's also all over Baldwin County. There's some good deals right now, so I will get one in there for y'all.
Well, do that, and we'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good. Y'all have a great day.
You too. Great talking to you.
See you, Rachel.
So there you have it, Rachel Ivy, Brutonian, doing big things in Orange Beach. So Holly Shirley said Class of 88 gets first dibs on the Holly House, by the way.
I'm going to pass it along today. I'm going to pass the information along on our Facebook page. Steve Miles was inquiring yesterday.
Ned Crenshaw, good morning. Flimbo, good morning. Whitney, sister, good morning to you. Deacon, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned that, he's in.
Good morning, Deep.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. Good morning, Monica. Monica Godwin, Seagrass in this morning. It's amazing how many people that you can run into from Bruton all over the place.
It's the center of the universe.
I mean,
it's the center.
Have you ever been? I mean, really, and I want you to think about them. Have you ever been anywhere? Good morning,
no,
Stan
I
Whitehead.
know what you're going to say no.
Have you ever been anywhere that you have not run into somebody from Bruton or affiliated with somebody from Bruton?
Never.
I was walking through Six Flags in Texas. I don't remember if it was Houston or wherever, one of those places. And I'm not lying to you. We walked into a group of people from Bruton. And I mean, that's the last place I expect to see somebody is there. But, hey, it is what it is. So, anyhow, let's talk about the Lady Tigers. We mentioned that for just a second. We want to congratulate them on a fantastic season. I mean, hey, 30-1 is nothing to hang your head on at all.
They ran into a monster yesterday morning at Birmingham, Lauderdale County. I think I heard they had a great broadcast, by the way, on AL.com. I enjoyed listening to those two guys. And I think I understood him to say that Lauderdale County has won 16 basketball state championships since 1987.
Wow.
So there you are. They're the UConn of the high school level. And
wow.
So we ran into a pretty tough team, but like you said, 30 straight wins. That's a great year, nothing to hang your head about. Certainly a disappointing finish, but they will in time look back and remember how magical their season was, and we were certainly very proud of them. And then right after that, the Evergreen boys played the Lauderdale County boys and beat them by about 25. So Evergreen's going to play for the state championship Friday. We certainly wish our friends up Highway 31 well in that one. And
we sure do.
That'd be nice if they got that done, won football and basketball championships in the same year. That doesn't happen all the time either.
No, that don't. That doesn't happen at that's probably very rare, is it not?
Yeah. Especially for a public school.
Right.
A true public school.
Sure.
Kelly Ball in this morning. Good morning. Brandon Swain, Ray Stewart, Trent Davis, and one of my guys in. Sarge U. Patel. Good morning, Sarge U. Thank you for the information. 2 days left to apply for the Wild at Heart scholarships. One graduating girl from Miller and one graduating girl from W.S. Neal will be recipients of those. So if you have somebody that are seniors at either school, get them to apply for the Wild at Heart scholarship. Super Dave in as well. Sensei Spikes in. Good morning, Sensei. And Megan Parker in. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Judy Crane. I saw Judy name pop up there. It made me think about and I don't have the particular names of the groups in front of me, but I did want to mention the upcoming gospel singing that is going to happen at Municipal Stadium. Apparently, that used to be a kind of a staple in this community, from what I can gather. And, just like anything else, times change and, things – get done differently or what have you. And but the chamber, I'll say the chamber, the city, whoever, they've all worked this out and decided to bring that back. So did want to mention that. I think that's going to happen at Municipal Stadium, if I'm not badly mistaken, and should be a big time.
When is it?
I hate to say I just don't have it.
I'm sorry.
I don't have it in front of me. If Judy, if you could put the maybe put the dates up for us for the gospel singing coming up. That would be fantastic. Certainly want to, I know people are looking forward to getting out and seeing that. A lot of big name gospel groups coming.
You talked about, this is getting off point of that just a bit.
May 5th.
May 5th. Okay, so we've still got a while, but put it on your calendar.
Thanks there, Butch.
Things going in cycles.
Baby.
Things going in cycles.
You,
I was in the service department, I guess it was last Friday, and an elderly gentleman came in, and when I say elderly, he was 80 plus.
Right.
And I could just tell, I had the feeling that he did not know what he had in his possession, but he walked in, and he had on a white, and it was in mint condition. I mean mint. Members only jacket.
You're kidding me.
No. And I sized him up.
You sure it wasn't Blake Martin?
Oh, no. Okay. I had him sized up.
Blake's is black.
I had him sized up. If it had been a size extra large, I would have given him whatever he wanted for the jacket. But it looked like it was a medium size. But it was in mint. I'm telling you, it was in mint condition. And I looked at it, and I actually spoke to Katie about it after the fact. I said, he has no idea what he has.
It said members only on it.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a real deal.
Yeah, it was a real deal. It was a treasure.
Vintage.
In mint condition. And the guy had no idea what he had in his possession. But it was something to see. It was a nice way to start the weekend. Good morning, Mary Chandler.
It sounds like it was. You don't get to see very many of those.
Not many of those in circulation.
Not many left. Well, I say that. I mean, maybe there is, but you just don't see a lot of them. Hot Rod, that's right. Blake the Snake. Good morning, Larry Murphy. Good to see you this morning. Josh Short, good morning to you, Josh. So gates open at 4 and concert begins at 6 for the gospel singing. Now, I've heard, some people, back in, I guess, the times when they had these in Bruton, they used to call them the all-night gospel singings. I'm not sure if this is going to be an all-night one or not, but hey, if it starts at 6 o'clock and they got several acts coming, here we go. The Alabama Spirituals, the Tallies, Chris Golden, Lee Williams, and the Spirituals, and the Booth Brothers. And so if you're looking for some good gospel music, you need to come out and check that out. I know there's a lot of people that used to enjoy that. I've heard a lot of people talk about that, and they're excited. Oh, it ends at 11 p.m. I'm sure that the city could, just kind of waive that noise ordinance. But now, hey, especially if, they started putting on such a show that people didn't want to leave. I mean, you don't even know about stuff like that. I mean, look at the Harvest Jam.
Tentatively scheduled
to
stop at 11. Tentatively.
Oh, look at the Harvest Jam. I think they quit taking up tickets that morning at about 10 o'clock because they couldn't take up there was just people coming from everywhere. Everywhere. Will that ever happen again?
No. Not here.
Spiritual CQs. Okay, got you. Lee Williams and Spiritual CQs. Manasco wants to know if he can join in on the singing. And you say we, I hope you're talking about you, because you ain't talking about me, I promise you. But no. So you don't think that'll ever happen again?
I do not.
Well, I mean, look, it happened.
Sherry Weaver is looking online on eBay, checking out members only finished jackets.
Wow.
Let me know if you see a XL on there, Sherry.
Look what was going on in Enterprise at Bama Jam. I mean, they were having huge crowds come over there. Huge. But the only problem is I don't think you can do that at the airport here anymore. I think the airport's off the table.
I think the airport is off the table.
Yeah, so I don't know where you'd put all those people. I mean, if you had that many people show up. Of course, that's back when Elvira, kind of hit the scene kind of pretty good, and the Oak Ridge Boys were the headliners, and there were some big names at that thing too. Real big names.
Sylvia.
She was
Charlie Daniels band.
She was huge. Alabama.
Delbert
McClinton. I mean, they were
star-studded lineup.
Yeah, they were huge.
Right here in the B-town.
And let me tell you, the second one, which had a not so star-studded lineup, which included Garth Brooks and Alan Jackson and Clint Black and a few more. Nobody showed up. So good morning, Jimmy Mulder. DJ, you not up for singing? Manasco wants to know.
Nah, I'd probably be out on that if it was if municipal stadium was full, and I expect it will be. That'd be one way to empty it. If you're looking to shut it down, yeah.
Debbie said after the mayor, look at that. Debbie said after the mayor's solo that you and Manasco can come on and do y'all's thing.
That'd be a good exit music.
You think that would get people out of there?
They would run. They wouldn't walk.
Okay, so let's talk about on the buffet today at Camp 31. Beef steak and gravy, DJ. Fried chicken, barbecue chicken, all those country sides you could want, including camp stew.
Sounds delicious.
I'll tell you something. If you're looking for a place to go eat and get some good eating, you need to go down and check that out. Some fine eating down at Camp 31, and good folks down there, good service, and the food is well worth going to check out. Good morning, Breanne Bryant, Deanna Alford McClellan in this morning. As you can see, we are the focus this morning is on the circle game.
Alive and well. So there's Spencer Williamson in. Coach Edge, good morning. And I'm going to find out tonight what movie that's on, because that's on a movie. I cannot think of what movie that is. Would Kevin Ladinier know what movie that was from? I doubt it.
You don't think so?
I don't think Ladinier could score that one, though.
Well, didn't he bring it up?
He did bring it up, but he's one of the guys.
You think he stumbled across it at a flea market or something?
I'm not sure.
Is that a flea market fine?
I don't. I'm not sure. It's a treasure.
It is a treasure.
It may leave here with me today.
You think?
Good.
Would that look good on the mantle?
On the front and center
at the over at the Jennings residence?
Front and center.
I think it'd be good. So, baseball last night or yesterday. Did I know Miller played? Did Neil play baseball yesterday? Or
Neil beat XL 6-5 the day before. Okay. I'm not sure if they played yesterday or not on varsity action. A lot of area teams were playing softball and baseball. I don't have scores from all of them. I know our buddies JoJo and Hunter down at South came up 1 run short hosting the Auburn Tigers. Great game by all accounts there at Stanky Field. Our Tigers here locally came up on the short end of the stick over in Sweetwater, Alabama, 7-0. Didn't go our way last night, but a lot of action around. I think the Lady Tiger softball team is set to host a tournament here this weekend at the Y Complex. They've been having that for several years. So it'll be an opportunity to get out. All the rec leagues are starting to get going, so plenty of action. Need to get out these ballparks.
Larry Murphy said that he did a barbecue booth at the second Harvest Jam, low in attendance, but it was also 104 degrees.
Jay Lowell in the house, and he's got he's catching us on drive time. Got him a plate full of food for breakfast. Yeah. It's like he's getting in shape for the 109 also. Yeah. Maybe a guest runner. Good morning, Jay Lowell.
There's action in this morning. Good morning, Heath. And okay, let's see, Judy. WSN boys JV won both games against Flomaton, 9-3 and 9-5.
Great
yesterday.
How was your son, Judy? He had a little episode during the county tournament that was very scary there. I'm trusting that he is okay and they've got him straightened out. He's a good ball player.
Jeff Chamberlain, good morning to you. Jeff just checked in.
I still think, jumping around just a little bit, having Boo in here yesterday was awesome. I mean, he's such a good sport about it, which I would expect nothing less from him. But here we are setting up, and we stick a hot mic in front of his face and say, "You're with us," and he didn't back up a step. He said, "Let's go."
No, he didn't.
And it's so entertaining, and his story is really amazing. I mean, I guess depending on what your interest is, it's almost movie-like to me, the fact that he was in the mill there at Monsanto for 3 years or 2 years, whatever it was, and won him a little local tournament and said, "Mom, I'm going to go be a professional golfer," and bam.
I'm going to tell you the most amazing story to me was that Portalette story. He called it gold fishing.
What's up, Joseph? Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Gold fishing, DJ. I'm going to tell you, you got to understand, there's T-Bone in and Taylor Zimmerman. Good morning to you.
Morning, Taylor.
Judy said he's feeling much better.
Good.
After having the flu earlier in the week. He was dehydrated. Thanks for asking.
Glad to hear it.
We are glad to hear that, Judy. The thing about it, all that was unscripted. We had
as is everything.
We gave him 30 seconds to say yes or no. Of course.
Actually, I don't know if you gave him the option.
Well, I really didn't.
I mean, you said, "Hey, we need you," and
listen,
here he comes.
I've seen Boo, and I want to make sure I'm using "seen" correctly since I watched Andy Casey make a post on Facebook last night about people using "seen" or "saw" the wrong way, and several other words that he thought that people needed to really work on around here. Casey, if you see me, don't pull me over for that. But anyway, Andy Casey.
Oh yeah,
but and he was right. Some of it is used incorrectly. T-Bone says, "Sorry, he's late. Just finished his second meal and first workout of the day. Thank you, Sensei Spikes." Yeah, that's right, Danny. But that was amazing to me that he said that what was his automotive teacher?
Yeah,
was
the golf coach.
Was his golf coach?
Yeah,
and taught him how to hit the ball.
Well,
not necessarily how to putt.
No, well, didn't necessarily teach him how to hit it. He just said that was kind of God given. He said he could just kind of he was the school sponsor that went out and got him in tournaments. He said he could just always kind of stand over it and hit it. But yeah, it was an amazing story, and of course,
I like what he said.
Boo's a heck of a good guy.
I like what he said. He said he messed so many things up doing football, basketball, and baseball. He had to find something he could do
by default.
Otherwise, he's got to get a job. And he said, "The heck with that." So he started playing golf. And
good times.
I don't know if you saw it or not, but Jessica put that picture up on the show yesterday of her and Boo with that Happy Gilmore check.
I didn't see it, or I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's on the comments from the show yesterday.
Or for Andy Casey, yeah, I seen it yesterday. Good morning, Neil.
Hey, how about that, Andy? Yeah. Good morning, Jason. Holly Wyatt, Cheyenne Robinson in. Of course, Danny Smith. You're right, Danny. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know how he did that. Sticking his arm down in that to get those keys. I mean,
I'd have been walking.
I'd have called me a taxi and said, look here, y'all send me a bill for the keys. Y'all can fish them out. I ain't doing it.
I tell you something about losing keys, and I had a little bit of a story last night. Once again,
I was going to ask you, let's talk about that a
playing
little bit.
over in Sweetwater, and if you've been over there in that part of the country, Sweetwater's back there. It's in the sticks. And gotten back to Thomasville to get something to eat around 9 o'clock, and went to pay for my order and had no wallet. So I quickly deduced that my wallet was somewhere at the baseball park in Sweetwater, Alabama. So I tracked back to Sweetwater, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it is, through the woods. The baseball field, for those of you that have never been there, is not at the high school itself. It is at a rec park, a city-owned rec park. So you go down this gravel drive. Of course, when I get there, everybody's gone. It's back in the sticks. I mean, you could roost a turkey literally behind home plate. And, of course, I don't care about the dark. And the park's locked up. I had to climb 2 fences to get over to the varsity baseball park, and that was a chore in and of itself. I cannot believe, they talk about such and such as like riding a bicycle. You never forget it. Well, evidently, somewhere along the way, I've forgotten how to climb a fence, because I'm going to tell you something. And it was just a chain-link fence. I mean, it should have been relatively easy, especially for somebody as athletic as me, but it was a chore. Barely got over it both times, found my wallet, then had to climb the 2 fences coming back, and was glad to be back in my car, headed back this way, I can tell you. So it worked out well.
I guarantee you. Good morning, James Ansley, Margaret Ann Smith.
I was sitting beside Margaret Ann, by the way. Margaret Ann, I left my wallet at Sweetwater. I had to double back and go get it.
And Jeff Wells in. Of course, brother Josh in this morning. Do want to mention the telethon today for the fallen police officer. I think it's on WKRG. I don't know if you saw the pictures on last night on Facebook of that procession, but wow. I mean, what a show of support for that. That was amazing. Coming down the interstate. I mean, that truly was amazing. You know, I'm glad that we still live in a time in a place that when you see a funeral procession, no matter who or what it is, you pull over as a sign of respect.
Oh, sure.
There are places that don't do that. And how many times have you been and watched somebody pass or run by somebody that everybody was pulled off on the side for a funeral and just make you mad, so mad you want to chase them down and ask them, what's wrong with you, man?
Sure.
You know. Butch said Donut probably didn't have that extra object in front of him the last time he jumped a fence.
Tell you, it was I started thinking when I was leaving out of there, I was trying to think the last time I'd climbed a fence, and it had been a while. But
Blade's right. Blade said it was with you, DJ. Aren't you scared of the dark?
That was part of the terror that's added to it. I mean, the anxiety was certainly high. Hey, if you've never been over there, there was a full moon last night, but it wasn't enough.
Let me ask you something. If you'd have looked up and saw somebody standing there with a hockey mask on, what would you have done?
It wouldn't have taken that. If I'd have heard a dog bark, I mean, if I'd have heard if anything would have happened, I probably would have fainted. Probably still be there laid up this morning. You know, just I don't know. But I tell you, so many things are going through my mind.
Hold on. I don't know if he knows we fix to do this to him, but we are. Good morning, Chief McGugan, and you're live on the air with Drive Time. That wasn't Chief McGugan.
That wasn't Chief McGugan.
No, I'm just picking out who that was. But anyhow, I think people do that to me because they know I'm watching these comments. Yeah. So anyway, no, that wasn't him. That was just me making, because I knew this guy would freak out if he thought. Anyway, so no. You talk about being scared of the dark, that kind of thing.
I'm not scared of the dark. I don't like the dark.
Well, I know you've talked about
I don't like
hunting.
I don't
and how
like,
you are one of those that
like
likes to be picked up at the stand.
Yeah, I don't like the dark.
So,
but I wouldn't say I'm scared of it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, well,
but I parked my car at the gate. noticed it was locked. I left my lights on, car running, and then I had convinced myself that after I'd gotten over towards the baseball field that somebody was going to come steal my car because I left my door open with the car running. And I said, somebody's going to take my car. I'm going to be stuck here. My phone's in my car. I mean, it was just, I don't know. I was looking for things to compound, but it had a nice ending. I got over there, found my wallet up under the bleachers.
Let's see here.
Got in the car and headed on home.
Let's try this again. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. You live on the air.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, Chief. It was Chief. I thought it was. Man. I'm sorry. This number come up under. Anyway, what's going on, Chief? Good morning to you.
Not much, man. I just left George's Barbecue and had me a breakfast sandwich over there with Mr. Castleberry, and was going to call and see what was going on with you guys this morning.
Well, I'm glad you called in. We were just talking about DJ and his aptitude for not liking the dark, and
yeah, I've always known he's been scary.
Well, I don't like it. I'm not really scared, Chief. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, there's only two people I know, and I've hunted with both of y'all numerous times. It's Mike Myrick. He's the same way. No matter where you go, they will follow. They will not let you drop them off. They'll get in their own vehicle.
I ain't getting dropped off,
follow
Chief.
You wherever.
Yeah, I ain't getting dropped off. That ain't working.
Mike Myrick's not either.
And what you're saying is you got to go back to the stand and pick him up. Is that what you're saying, Chief?
Oh no, he'll go home. He's just gonna have his truck.
Oh, I got you.
You know, it ain't like, hey man, won't you ride down here with me, and then I'll drop you off. And no, you'll look, and they'll be following you in their truck. They say they ain't get caught off. They ain't get caught off in the woods by themselves.
Oh no, sir.
Well,
having a good show this morning.
Well, we are coming off the heels of yesterday with Boo Weekly in the house.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to follow that up because Boo's just so good at sitting and talking and telling stories. And I don't know if you got to catch any of it yesterday, but he told a good story about a portalette that was that I'm telling you that was one of my favorites. Oh, and the fact that he talked about how he he didn't come up the kind of traditional way of learning how to play golf. But what's going on with in the big city of Bruton, Alabama?
Man, we're actually blessed. I tell you, we got our share of problems, of course, and we're working on cases, and it seems like everything goes back with drugs, but violence and all. We're pretty blessed. We don't have any real big cases with that concerning that, but just petty crime. But
well, I'll tell you, I will say this: you may have a case coming up because we just about 15 minutes or 10 minutes ago, we were speaking of Andy Casey and a post that he made on Facebook last night where he was speaking of the how to use I've seen or I've saw or have seen and have saw and a few particular isms that Southern people use, like I've done or did, and, all those types of things. And so me calling him out like that, he's subject to have me pulled over in the truck tour part here this afternoon.
He'll find your little stash of Tylenol you got here.
Right, that's right. And next thing I know, but I thought that was actually pretty funny that he done that. Anybody that knows Andy Casey knows that that is so him. I mean,
yeah, it is. He's a
good guy.
He's a very precise guy. I would say
he is very precise. Great guy. I don't, but he is.
Yeah, he's our sergeant in narcotics, man. I tell you, there's nobody that crosses T's and dots I's like he does. That is definitely him.
No, that guy. And I want to tell you something. Since we have you on the phone, we've talked about the the things with our schools and the local school systems here, and how good that we feel about the presence that you guys that you provide and the readiness and ability to jump on top of things. And we realize anything can happen anywhere, but we do feel as you said, very, very blessed to have yourself and fine officers that you have in place because we all have kids in these school systems, and we feel good about the things in place to, as DJ pointed out, you see a big police presence in the morning, a big police presence in the afternoon, and that just, it makes me feel better. I can't lie.
Well, I thank you, man. And we, that goes back to how the city of Bruton and the Bruton Police Department is blessed to be able to do that. A town our size be able to have 3 police officers in each, in 3 different schools. There's a lot of towns that can't afford that, number one, and also, the school board, how that actually works. The school board pays a portion of one of those officers, and then the city steps up and, we pay the other half, and then we also put 2 additional officers in, because it started as a high school.
Right.
And then it went to high school, middle school, and elementary. And, I actually called them the guys and girls that do that in the other day. We just talked. And, this has happened numerous times in the nation. But I said, guys, just look at the turmoil that's going on in this city. Look at that police officer that's supposedly stayed outside. I said, you cannot be that person. I said, and, just look how important the job is if something does happen. And, we had a long conversation, and it was good that we did it, but in the second sense, it's sad that we even having to have that conversation, but unfortunately we are.
Well, the sad thing is that we live in a time where we have to have these types of things, going on. However, I'm just, I feel, and I'm not speaking, I guess I am speaking for DJ, but I do feel, very blessed that we have the presence that we have at our schools. And I do think it makes a big difference when you have that type of presence at the schools.
Sure.
I don't care who you are. I've said this many times, these kids that are going in and doing these types of things, if they know that there's going to be somebody there shooting back at them, I promise you, they're probably going to pass that one right on by. Okay. And they're not, they may think about it, but they're not just going to walk up knowing the first thing going to happen is they're going to get shot first and ask questions later. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I don't care what's, any of your officers, any of these schools, they look out the door, they look out a window, they look out wherever, they see somebody walking up with a gun, they're going to ask that guy to stop once, and I imagine after that they're getting shot, and they should. So
and the officers we have in the schools in Bruton, a lot of times your resource officers are officers that, in the latter part of the years, they're wanting to, work their way out of whatever division they've been in. They've done a lot of stuff, and they just want to get up there and sort of spend their time to retire. And that's not the case with officers I have. The ones I have actually is requested to be there. They, it's been a process. They signed up to be there, and so they take it they take it very serious, and they know the job they're doing is very serious. So I can assure you, if something breaks off in one of these schools, we definitely going to be smack dab in the middle of it.
Well, but I guarantee you, we are thankful for that, and that's for sure.
Well, good. Hey, before I go, don't y'all end at 9:00?
Well, we do. Well, what you got? Listen. We're not on any time schedule, so we are, but we kind of not. So.
I watched y'all the other day eating Italian food, man, and that was one of my favorite shows. Watching DJ just be able to sit up there and indulge in that Italian food.
It was tough, Chief. It was tough.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, Chief.
Was it as good as it looked?
It was better.
It was better, and James Ansley was in.
I'm excited. I love to eat too, so I'm excited to go try this place out. I hope it makes its
I do
mark
too.
Here.
Good people. I'm telling you, they are fine people, and I hope everybody will give them an opportunity to earn their business because it was delicious.
It was delicious. I mean, I'll tell you this: try that bacon carbonara. Cabanera. I don't know how you say it. Anyway,
I remember that. That's the one you bragged on.
Yeah, that was delicious. I'm telling you, the pizza was. Hey, listen, the pizza was great. I'm not saying that. The bread was great. Everything, but that bacon carbonara was fantastic. So, if you, I think he said first week in March or second week. Next week. Yeah. Next week. So hopefully next week he's open and running. And I'll tell you what we'll do. Maybe you call back in and give us a food critics review of Louis' Italian Bistro.
I will, because I'm gonna try it out. You know, I'm that person who likes to stand there when it's like 75 people trying to get in the door to try it the first day.
Right.
Yeah, I remember we had a Dairy Queen my whole life, and when I was in Troy, the Dairy Queen opened, and me and my buddy stood in line about an hour to get a Blitzburger basket. I said, "What are we doing?"
Chief, I got one.
Y'all be good, man.
Chief, I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
Who you got in the 109, me or Burnham?
And I'm gonna be honest. I actually, I'm gonna have to bet on you, and it's just strictly that rusty leg he's got. I'm really worried about injury. You know, they put horses down when they break their legs. They never race again.
Well, you be close that afternoon, okay? You be close with live ammo that afternoon.
Chief, appreciate the call, man. Thanks for checking in.
Bye.
See you. What was Chief? I couldn't tell. They'd come up under a couple of different things. I was like, well, darn. So,
good man. We're lucky to have him.
We are lucky to have all those guys, and especially doing what they do for us and our children, watching after our children. Very lucky to have them. Anything anything going on we need to touch on before we get out of here?
Hump Day is kind of a reset day for everybody in terms of activities in and around the community. So we'll reset it today and then get ready to go again tomorrow for the weekend push.
Somebody said to me this morning in the line up there at the elementary school, I've let the window down. So how you doing? He said, waiting on the weekend.
Waiting on the weekend. On the backside of it tomorrow.
So, we are not far from it. That is for sure. All right, DJ, let you do your deal.
Been a good time in here today in Drive Time. We appreciate all of you guys spending some time with us. Enjoyed Rachel Capper, Ivy calling in. Of course, had the Chief in as well. A lot of fun. We'll see y'all again tomorrow. Once again, for Ken James, I'm David Jennings, and you have listened to Drive Time.
Thank you for tuning in to Drive Time, live from the Peach Pit in historic Bruton, Alabama. Remember to tune in every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m.-ish. Remember to like and share the Drive Time videos, as the more you like and share, the more chances you have to win.